You see the words on the Miro board here and you think, oh, I want to click off. And I completely understand because that is what most people do right now. That's completely fine. You know, like there's nothing wrong with that. Although I have a challenge for you, all right? And the challenge is waiting before you receive dopamine. So just wait for a second. The dopamine in the video comes later. You expected it to always have it within the beginning of the video, because if it doesn't, you're going to click off, you're going to watch another stupid video. I'm going to talk about 3 very, very important topics. This is probably the most important video that I've ever made on my YouTube channel, because after this video, you'll be completely clear on your vision, the right decisions, right? The way you should make the right decisions for you to be able to make your vision reality, as well as you increase my watch time when you keep watching. So these 3 things are very important. Guys, keep in mind that whenever you receive dopamine right now, right, and you're going to do an activity later on, it will not be, you can't focus. It's impossible to focus. Okay, it is not possible. The reason why I want you to watch this video is because the things that I'm going to explain are going to make so much sense that you think after the video, you'll be completely clear on, okay, this is exactly what I need to do, no matter if you make no money. And I know a lot of people in my audience make 50K plus a month, right, with their business. This is like applicable in your situation as well, because it is in my situation. I'm procrastinating, right? The reason why people, and the reason why you are constantly procrastinating, is because you don't have a clear vision that gives you motivation. People always say, Nick, do I need motivation or discipline? People always say, I don't need motivation, I need discipline. That is completely bullshit. Motivation is the thing that allows you to start. Discipline is the thing that allows you to achieve. Without motivation, you won't be able to create discipline that fast. Why not leveraging motivation for you to be able to create discipline? Back to this. Dopamine, right? You wouldn't be able to perform well because you can't focus, right? When you do an activity on a scale to 1 to 10, and you do an activity that gives you dopamine on the scale of 7, and after that you need to do an activity on a scale of 2. Dopamine. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, because when you become extremely rich, and I've seen that problem with myself as well and with a lot of other clients, when you up your standards, when you start traveling, when you start spending more, you won't appreciate the small things because you need dopamine on a higher level. Let me explain you this. Dopamine is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with dopamine. Dopamine is an amplifier. It's same with money. When you leverage dopamine and you do an activity later on, you can't focus. But when you focus on doing an activity and then you receive the dopamine from that activity, let's say you go to the gym, right? And you don't want to do it. Absolutely not. Like, to be honest, I don't like going to the gym. I don't enjoy going to the gym. I like team sports way more, right? I don't like going to the gym. Building a business is fun because you work in a team, not because you work alone. So let's say you go to the gym. You won't get any dopamine from that because you don't like it, but you receive dopamine after, because after, when you walk back home, you think, I still did it. I'm so happy about that. And that is what gives you dopamine. So use dopamine as an amplifier to make the process stronger, to make real life decisions and real life actions stronger. Don't leverage dopamine, right, to be able to decrease focus. That is completely bullshit. Same with simple wins, right? When you focus on small wins at the same time, small wins, guess what happens? It's same with me and my clients. The reason why I get good client results with my clients, because we focus on small wins. Because when you have small wins, what happens is the vision becomes reality for a second again. And that is what you want to create. It's how we call it in business a follow-up. It's a reminder. Because when you have a small win, the vision that you have created from the start that gave you dopamine and that gave you motivation is becoming reality for a second again, because you have a small win. So you start seeing progress to the goals that you have. And in business, we call this a follow-up, of course. You guys know that. And otherwise, it's a reminder. It's a reminder of thinking that the goals that you had are still achievable. And that is why it's so extremely important. Same with your brain, right? Your brain works on a frequency. Whenever you need a lot of dopamine, whenever you receive a lot of dopamine, it's hard to go into a calm state because the transition is you don't even want it, right? Whenever you're playing video games actively, you don't even want to meditate. When you are meditate, you don't even want to play video games, because when your brain is on a consistent frequency, and it sounds very weird, but when it is on a consistent wave, you will be able to achieve way more things, because the scale you're on from 1 to 10, when it comes down to the state of your brain, is very low. So everything above that is okay. But when it's on 9, the level of dopamine that you need to receive, everything under that is something that you don't want. Right? And that makes it very hard to focus, because there are so many activities that are between 1 to 9. And there are only a few that are between 9 to 10. So it is impossible to focus. And this also counts for leverage, right? The entire point of life and the entire point of business, in my opinion, is creating leverage. Being able to get certain outcomes without direct input. Without direct input. The reason why is because you want to be able to get certain things without doing activities at that moment specifically. This is not always possible. When you you cannot create leverage going to the gym. You just need to lift weights. You need to do your best. You need to fucking go all in for you to be able to get the best body, to get an aesthetic body. But at the same time, you can optimize small things while going to the gym. You can make sure that you wake up earlier so you have more time over the day. You can go to bed soon so you have more time in the morning for you to be able to go to the gym. You can go to the right gym extremely fast. You can eat the right food to be able to make the process more effective. Because if you don't eat the right food, you can go at the gym as many times as you want, but it won't affect anything. And that is a big problem right now with a lot of people. They don't understand how to make their situation, right? And how to turn their situation into a leveraged situation. They don't understand how to do that. It's same with business. I have so many clients. They know how to make money. That's not the problem. But they're working 80 hours a week. And that is a problem. Because you're not an entrepreneur. I know a lot of people that make $50,000 to $100,000 a month. I have a lot of clients that make that amount of money. The reason why they're not entrepreneurs is because they don't understand how to create leverage. And the way you create leverage is either by implementing labor or systems, right? When you make $50,000 a month, but you just work 80 hours a week, you just have a very, very high paying job. You're not an entrepreneur. The definition of entrepreneur is being able to get certain outcomes without direct input. Guys, hopefully this video gave you some more clarity on the exact situation of how business and, in my opinion, life works in general. Because, and this is very important, the last thing I want to tell you, when you have a vision, you'll create motivation. Guess what happens from motivation? You start taking action. Either that could be the right action or that could be the wrong action. You don't know, right? But you at least get an outcome from that, right? You get an outcome, and based on that outcome, you receive data. From that data, you can make another action, which will now result in a better decision, will now result in a better action, right? So you achieve the dream outcome that you want to achieve by first having motivation, taking action on that motivation, and having discipline for you to be able to get to that goal at a certain state. Because what I said in the beginning, motivation and discipline are both very important. Why do you want to be disciplined in something that you're not motivated in? When you create motivation first and you leverage discipline and you learn discipline and the motivation is falling away, the discipline will still be there. But creating discipline without motivation is extremely hard. Why setting yourself up for failure? Hopefully this makes sense, because guys, this is the thing that I'm struggling with as well, right? A lot of you guys are watching that are starting out, but listen, I'm procrastinating every single day. I'm doing it every single day. You think my life is perfect based on the things that I show on my Instagram, on my YouTube, the money I make, the clients I have. It's all perfect. Absolutely not even close. If you're currently an expert, right, you have a skill and you want to turn that skill into a package, into an offer. You want to bring that offer to the market with acquisition. Booking a call with me right now can help you. If you want to scale your current business to 6 figures a month, booking a call as well, guys. Hopefully this video made a little bit more sense on how the game works in general. And life is all about making the right decisions fast. And you can make the right decisions fast in two ways. You pay somebody else, right, that has been through the pain for you to be able to make the right decisions fast, or you just go through failure. That's the only two things that you can do. It's not complicated. Life isn't complicated. It's just taking actions, gathering data, and making better. Don't be stupid and make the same mistakes again, right? I appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you by the next one. Ciao, ciao.